you want to be a successful trader, then this video is for you, because I am about to show you a strategy that uses 3 free indicators that can make you massive amounts of money. So let's get straight into it, but thank you very much for clicking on this video, and thank you very much to everyone showing all the love recently. Okay, so there is a couple indicators that we're going to add to our chart, and this is really going to help with the profit increase and the win rate. Right now we're staring at a blank chart, and the first thing we're going to do is head up to indicators up here. We are going to type in pivots, and it is the pivot points high-low indicator. You may have seen it before. You can leave this indicator as default, and basically what it does is mark swing highs and swing lows. This is straight onto your chart, so you don't even have to worry about drawing lines or wondering if you got a swing high or swing low wrong. You may have used this indicator before or this strategy before, but I promise you when you see these indicators combined with one another, you're going to want to watch the entire video. Okay, so like I said, leave that as default. And the second indicator we're going to add, you're going to want to type in multi-type RSI, and it is this multi-type RSI indicator right here. Add this one to your chart and it will look something like this. This is what your settings want to look like. On the inputs, I have changed the smooth moving average type from EMA to smoothed moving average. And then on the signal type down here, I have changed it to cross moving average / bands. This will define our entry points for the trades. On style, I've removed the RSI midband, which is this line in the middle right here. It should look exactly like mine. And the final indicator that we want to add, just to improve the win rate even more, is an ATR stop loss indicator. And it is the ATR stop loss indicator by Edgar. Once you've added that one to your chart, double click, and then all I've done is change the colour of the lines to a grey, just so it is harder to see. This is purely cosmetic, but I just think it takes away from the trading and it is much cleaner on the chart itself. Okay, so getting into entries. So the first thing for our entries that we want to achieve is for a pivot point to paint. This is one of these white tabs here. If it's above, it's a swing high, and if it's below, it's a swing low. This is a good way to check on trending markets, as if it bounces in an upward direction, then you know you're in a trending market and price is respecting support and resistance. And for our entry signal, we want to wait for this multiple RSI to go outside of the overbought or the oversold zones. That is outside of these lines right here, and then to come back in and give us a dot for a confirmation of entry. So let's move forward and see when this happens. So you can see right here that price has come outside down into the oversold zone, and it's given us a green filled area, but we have to wait for the green dot before entering the trade. And we also have to have a swing low pivot painting. And there we go, the pivot point is painted right on this candle here, indicating that this is now a swing low, and tied with this multiple RSI right here, it is safe to enter. Ideally, you want to get this pivot point already painted just before the signal, but you want to get it as close to this zone right here. But now we can enter our trade. Depending on the risk involved, you can either put your stop loss right on the ATR below this candle, which is right there, or you can pull it right down to be level with the ATR that is directly below the pivot point's low. So you could set the stop loss there for a safe entry. For our take profit rules, you can place 2 trades. The first trade can have a fixed 2 risk to reward ratio take profit, and the second can be a trailing stop. You can exit this trailing position and 2 things happen. The first thing that needs to happen is this line needs to paint a sell dot up here. This is to show the first indication of reversal, and second, we also need to see a pivot high. So when we see a red dot on the RSI and a pivot high zone, we can then exit our trade because we are confirmed the price is ready to turn around. Let's see what happens. As you can see, the multiple RSI has given us a sell dot, but it is not time to exit yet as we still don't have a pivot high label painted. And there we go. This pivot high label actually painted on the close of this yellow candle right here, achieving us a very impressive 5.66 risk to reward ratio. Remember, we do not enter a trade unless we have both the multiple RSI and the pivot, and the exact same goes for exiting a trade as well. Okay, so we will now be looking for a sell trade position. Remember, for this to happen, we need a red dot on the multiple type RSI indicator, and we'll be looking for a pivot point high label to paint on the chart. So right here you can see we have double confirmation. We can see we have the red dot painted over here. This is very close to the high. And just a couple of candles later we have the pivot point high paint right here. Enter your short position at the close and then drag your stop loss to the ATR line, which is this grey line right here. And remember, the first trade has a risk to reward ratio of 2 and then the second one trails. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so price has actually broke the stop loss on this trade, but it is no bother, it is all a part of the trading industry. We learn to live with our losses and they are no more important than our winners. Our bank accounts would argue otherwise, but on a psychology level, this is so important. Okay, so right here we can see that there is a red dot signal again on the RSI, and we have our pivot point label painting on the exact same candle actually, but the double confirmation doesn't come in until the close of this white candle right here. And then let's see if price hits our first initial 2 risk to reward ratio. Okay, so price has now spiked and hit through the take profit for the 2 risk to reward ratio. And there we go, we have the green dot for a signal for exit, giving us a 2 risk to reward for the original trade. And then for the second trade, we get an additional 1.29. Okay, so I'm now going to test this strategy out 100 times. Please hit that subscribe button and get straight into the results. You can see we had a massive 460% gain on the account over 100 trades, and with 65 wins and 35 losses, it gave us a very impressive 65% win rate overall. You can see down here we had a tiny -2 positions right at the very beginning, and then it came straight into profit and carried on climbing all the way besides this consolidation zone right here. But we had a huge 8 wins in a row and 3 consecutive losses in a row. If you love this strategy, then please click the first link down in the description for my personal trading strategy. I am currently working on something else in the background, but I'm excited to show you that. But thank you very much for enjoying this video, and if you did, then please click this one right here. I promise that you will enjoy it.